Hey guys, so today we're going to be starting with HTML and properly, and we're going to be looking at the header tag and the paragraph tag, and we're going to be connecting it to our gymnasium project. So here we go.
Alright, so today we're going to be looking at HTML. So we've already gone through a lot of HTML while looking at the gymnasium project, but now we're going to be going through it properly and we're going to be connecting each thing. Like for example, today we're going to be looking at headers and paragraphs. So we're going to be connecting each thing in the HTML to our gymnasium project, and then in the end look at how it connects to the backend. So the first thing that we're looking at here is okay, we're gonna be starting here with the title. So HTML is basically like what you do to make a website. So we're gonna be using W3 schools a lot. So as a reference. So HTML is a standard markup language for web pages. So basically with HTML you can make any kind of web page or website, and it's quite easy anyways. So then we're going to be using this example that they've got over here, and then we're going to be connecting it to our gymnasium project over here. So first thing I'll do is just open it, and here we have, first of all, we're going to look at this title. So on the tab you see that we have title, and now if I go back here, so you see the title. So this title is basically like the title of the page, or like the name of the tab almost. So you see new tab over here, HTML tutorial. So here we have title. So if I want, I can change it to some kind of gibberish, and we don't need to refresh, but here you can see now that gibberish is the title. So that's the title. So here in our gymnasium project, if we go here, then our title is Hitta Gymnasiet, which is basically find gymnasium. So it's very relevant to what we're doing here, so that's where we have it on the top. And then this one is separate. This is a header that we have. So here we have Hitta Gymnasiet is the title, and after that we're connecting it to the JavaScript file, which is gymnasium.js. And then we have the background light over here. But if we go back here, so then we have this is a heading. So if we go here again, so we have this is a heading. So H1, like the H1 tag, is the heading, and this is how you start. So you use this angle bracket and H1, close the angle bracket, and then this is how you do the second part. So this in itself, if I take away the ending, that's going to throw an error, as you see. So everything between this and this, so this signifies the starting, and this one with a slash signifies the end, and anything you put between it is going to be what's presented, that's the header. This is the thing for header 1. Now if I make for example header 3, and now if we go here, so you can see it's become much smaller because header 3 is going to be smaller than header 1. But yeah, and if we look at our HTML file over here, sorry about that. If we look at our HTML file over here, then let's do Control F. So here, you see we have H1, and then we have Hitta Gymnasiet, which is inside the H1 tab. Then we have, this is a paragraph. So again, like the H1 tag, we have P and everything between these two. So this is kind of like the closing one again with a slash, and this is a paragraph. So here we have, this is a paragraph, which is not bold because the paragraph is not supposed to be bold. While all the headings, if you remember header 3 we had, it was still bold, even though it was much smaller text. But in a paragraph, it's not supposed to be bold because you're not marking it out specifically as a topic starter or something like that. So then this is a paragraph, looks a bit different than the headers in that way. Even if it's H3 and P, which are both the same size, H3 is bold and paragraph is not. And then we have this between the body, which is the body of basically the web page, and this is the head. And then the language is English, which we have, and then we're closing the HTML basically. So this is the start that this is the HTML, then there's the head, inside the head, then we have this and this. the title. Same with the title with like the angle bracket tags. And then we have the header one and P. So that's basically how the whole thing is formatted. That we have most of the stuff is in the body, and then like all of this text that you see over here, like in Hitta Gymnasiet. This, for example, this is like a header, while this is a label. So we're gonna be looking at labels like later on, but these ones are labels while this is like a header. So all the text is basically made up of like headers, labels, and then the text inside buttons.